This week on Capital City Sports, College Game Day is on the Horseshoe, a pivotal SEC East matchup with the Missouri Tigers in football, men's and women's soccer is in action, as well as volleyball and hockey all this week. This is Capital City Sports. Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Capital City Sports. I'm your host, Brian Principe, and welcome to the show. We have a jam-packed weekend of sports up for you guys this week, starting off right at Williams-Brice Stadium for a big matchup in the SEC East between Missouri and the South Carolina Gamecocks. The Missouri Tigers coming off a big loss last week at home to Indiana, and South Carolina coming off a big win, yet a struggling win, out in Vanderbilt for the Gamecocks. Both teams look to make a push in the SEC East, especially after the implications that last year's game had. So we'll send it out to our own Nick Jones, who has everything for us at Williams-Brice Stadium.
It's Saturday here at Williams-Brice Stadium, and the South Carolina Gamecocks took on the Missouri Tigers. ESPN College Game Day was here and added excitement to the already highly anticipated game. The South Carolina Gamecocks look to extend their SEC record for the season to 3-1. Can the Gamecocks take the victory? Let's take it to the highlight.
The Gamecocks and Tigers squared off in Columbia, South Carolina for an epic SEC East matchup. Missouri comes into Williams-Brice Stadium hoping to get revenge from last year's loss in overtime. Missouri would not waste any time on their first possession as they would hand the ball off to Russell Hansborough for an 18-yard rushing touchdown. With the score 7-0 in Missouri's favor, the Gamecocks would travel down the field to earn 3 points with an Elliott Fry 33-yard field goal. After several 3-and-outs by both teams, South Carolina would hand the ball off to, you guessed it, Mike Davis, and he would take it off to the races with a 17-yard rushing touchdown. The Gamecocks' defense would play a key role in this game behind the impressive play of the defensive line. Matty Mock was pressured several times, forcing him to run out of the pocket and go 12 for 34, passing the football for the day. Heading into the second half, Dylan Thompson got the Carolina offense rolling through the passing attack. Thompson connects with Nick Jones for a 47-yard gain. This play helped set up an Elliott Fry 41-yard field goal to make the score 13-7. Once again, the Gamecocks find no trouble finding the end zone with the helpful hands of Pharaoh Cooper. He would make an incredible 23-yard reception in the end zone and still manages to maintain possession after getting crushed by Missouri defenders. The Gamecocks looked to be in control of the game, but the Tigers had other plans. On the next possession for the Tigers, with the ball set up at their own 32-yard line, Matty Mock passes the ball to Wesley Leftwich for a 26-yard gain to set up shop at the Carolina 1-yard line. The next play, Hansborough would get the call to run the ball. After having nowhere to run on the left side of the field, he makes a cut back to the right side for a touchdown to make the score 20-14. After a Gamecock 3-and-out, Missouri would hand the ball off to Marcus Murphy. Murphy would run outside the right tackle to get the Tigers set up at the 2-yard line. On 4th and 1, the Tigers would give the ball to their playmaker, once again Russell Hansborough, for a run up the gut. The call on the field was a touchdown, and after further review, the play stands. The Gamecocks couldn't get anything going on the offensive side of the ball, and Missouri takes the win 21-20. Let's send it to the press conference to see what the head ball coach had to say after the game.
All right, congratulations, Missouri. They hung in there. They were struggling on offense like we were most of the night, and they put a couple of drives together at the end, and we were unable to do much offensively. But anyway, give Missouri credit. They hung in there. They didn't play very well either on offense, but they did at the end of the game to beat us.
The game proved to be a defensive battle. Both teams collected 19 total punts for the day. Russell Hansborough was the top player for Missouri as he collected all 3 of their touchdowns on the ground. South Carolina will take on the Kentucky Wildcats next week. With Capital City Sports, I'm Nick Jones.
This Friday night, a SEC matchup at the Volleyball Center between South Carolina and Ole Miss took place, and our very own Caitlin Riley was there for the highlight.
The Lady Gamecocks will start SEC play tonight by hosting Ole Miss. The Lady Gamecocks have a 10-2 record and currently have a 7-game winning streak. Ole Miss Rebels are undefeated 14-0 this season. The Lady Gamecocks hope to keep their winning streak alive in their first conference match. Let's take it to the highlight.
The Lady Gamecocks trailed the first set, but a block by Dozier and McNeil kept the Gamecocks within reach. McNeil had strong shots and contributed to her team with a career high of 10 kills. But the Gamecocks couldn't handle the Rebels' offense, losing the first 2 sets. The Lady Gamecocks came from behind with winning the next 2 sets. McNeil's block, seen here, brought the Gamecocks ahead in the final set. Anger Miller's block gave USC the lead 13-12 in the final set. The crowd was pumped up during Sandstorm, and the Lady Gamecocks came on strong after the timeout. Taylor McNeil scored the final point for the Gamecocks, winning the 5th set for the Gamecocks 15-12.
The Lady Gamecocks extended their winning streak to 8 wins tonight by beating the undefeated Ole Miss in a 3-2 match win. The Lady Gamecocks host Kentucky this Sunday and travel to Mississippi State and Auburn next week to continue conference play. I'm Caitlin Riley with Capital City Sports.
Jam-packed Friday night here at South Carolina as our own John Dowdy was at Stone Stadium once again for a men's soccer matchup between Marshall and the South Carolina Gamecocks.
The South Carolina men's soccer team began their conference slate Friday evening under the lights at the Graveyard. They took on the visiting Thundering Herd of Marshall University and are looking to kick off conference play on the right foot. Let's take it to the highlight.
The Gamecocks are also hoping to extend their home record to 5-1, and Mikkel Knudsen would try to get USC on the board early, but his shot is saved. Marco Velez would get to show off his range in goal, as Matt Freeman would direct a header on goal, but it missed by inches. South Carolina would have plenty of chances in the second half, as Cody Millard gets one-on-one with the Herd keeper, but his shot goes well high of the net. And then off the free kick, Ryan Arambula's shot gets saved by freshman keeper Dominic Raining. To overtime now, some miscommunication by the Gamecock defense allows Daniel Jota an easy shot, and the golden goal gives the Thundering Herd of Marshall the victory in their conference opener.
A crushing loss for the guys, dropping to 0-1 in conference play. They return to Stone Stadium next Tuesday to take on Georgia State. From the Graveyard, I'm John Dowdy, Capital City Sports.
And finally, for the weekend sports on Sunday afternoon, the South Carolina women's soccer team took on Georgia at Stone Stadium. Claudia Chikamian was there for the highlight.
After dropping a tough match against Missouri Friday night, the South Carolina women's soccer team looked to bounce back against Georgia Sunday afternoon. Now let's take a look at the highlights.
USC started the first half strong, although Georgia was able to block the shot seen here. The Bulldogs then tried to score, but Sabrina D'Angelo was there to catch the shot. But later in the game, a goal by Kelsey Killian would give the Bulldogs a 1-0 lead. South Carolina came back in the second, more aggressive and hungry for the win. Savannah McCaskill attempted to score outside the box, but Louise Hogrell caught the shot. Kristen Neary then took her shot, but was also blocked by Hogrell. South Carolina puts the ball into the box and can't get a shot on target. Andy Romness took another shot for South Carolina, but was caught by Hogrell. Georgia swings the ball in on a corner kick, but is cleared by the Gamecocks defense. As time began to run out, South Carolina continued to take every opportunity. Stevie Parker took her turn, but Hogrell made a great catch to stop it. Kaylee Kurtz took one last shot for the Gamecocks, but was also caught by Hogrell. Although the Gamecocks took a total of 15 shots in the game, the Bulldogs edged them out for a 1-0 win, while Hogrell recorded a total of 3 saves.
The Gamecocks had many opportunities to score, but in the end, the Bulldogs scored the only goal and won the game 1-0. The Gamecocks will travel to Alabama Friday night for their next match. For Capital City Sports, I'm Claudia Chikamian.
That's it for all of us here at Capital City Sports. Thank you guys for watching. Please like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at CCS on SGTV. For everyone here at Capital City Sports, I'm Brian Principe. Thank you guys for watching and have a wonderful weekend.